Disco X on the line, just as I suspected. No one really gets over me. I'm unaffected. Why would you try to ever put me second? You're just another groupie to me. No, I'm out here single, and I need some real. Now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel. I'm out here single, tell me what's the deal. Now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Betting News Network. It is your BETSPRESSO in the AM. We got Vsauce in the house. We got Shaggy Bets in the house. My name's Sweatpants Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here to kick off just an incredibly looking tasty Saturday, boys. It is just the most delicious day of the week. The weekend is here. The holiday season is here. 5 days till Christmas. And the sports gods blessed us with just a beautiful slate of football, beautiful slate of basketball, beautiful slate on the pitch. We're going to talk about it all with you guys right here on the channel. Thanks for stopping by right here on YouTube, on Twitch, or on Extra if you guys are watching us and hanging out. Thanks for being here. Kick off your Saturday. Gentlemen, good morning. How we doing?
Well, happy Saturday. Let's get after it.
Happy Saturday, boys. I'm going to just let you know right now. I'll be super sensitive all day until after Packers hopefully secure a win. But till then, I will be on edge. So
glad to have you on this beautiful Saturday. I texted V. I was like, all right, man, you want to come? It's really early on the West Coast for Vsauce. So, he had to get up early for us today. But your dogs are playing later, man. So we had to get your thoughts on the Packers taking on the Bears later today in the NFL. 2 NFL games today on a Saturday as the holiday season is here. 3 college football playoff games, which we're going to talk about with you guys. Shags has been talking about them all week, but the time is here to recap a bit what happened last night as well. And, of course, we will be giving away yet another beanie on the show because we banged last night. We did the job. Heyo. All right, now. We did the job on Sauce Team. She knows what's going on. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. The bankroll is very ready after yesterday because we hit yet another parlay this week. Shags, I joked with these guys to start the week off and said, man, we've been doing the tot pot for Christmas, the Toys for Tots. And the pot was just cobwebs, dude. We didn't have nothing in there.
None.
And what did we do? Rattle off 5 lays this week.
Had to.
5 parlays, had to. And
6 after today. 6 after today.
Absolutely.
6 after today. So if you guys tuned in yesterday, thank you so much. Congratulations on smacking yet another parlay. More money added into the top pot, which we love to see. And I'm sure your bankrolls are feeling good about it as well if you tailed the parlay. So let's hit another one today. Give you guys lots of straights out there as well tonight. Yeah, exactly. We'll talk a little bit about last night since I kind of jumped into it. Crazy night last night in the sports world and also in just the world in general. I don't know if you guys saw this before we talk sports aspect, but did you guys see that Timmy Chalamet apparently is a rapper now?
Dude, that was hilarious. That whole thing stemmed from something where on the internet, there's this UK rapper, SD Kid. And I guess he always wears the mask, and all you can see is just his eyes right here. So now theories were starting to circulate that, hey, Timothy Chalamet is SD Kid. And what did they do to dispel the rumors? They dropped a music video together. So I thought that was pretty fun.
Guy's just on all kinds of side quests. He's killing it.
Dude, White Boy of the Year, back-to-back years. Is that what's going on? Right?
I saw a tweet that said him and,
at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I saw a thing of him and Austin Reeves are going toe-to-toe right now for White Boy of the Year, and I don't really know which one has a lead.
He doesn't qualify because he's Slovenian. You know what I mean? He's European.
Yeah, he's European white. It's a different kind of white.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Actually, song's kind of a banger. It's kind of nice. I was going to pull it up and load it up and play it as our intro song, but I ran out of time. So, but yeah, if you guys didn't know, Timothy Chalamet dropped into the rap game. I don't know if it's more for jokes or if he's actually going to start rapping. I think it was more just for the bit.
I think he's one of those guys that probably enjoys freestyling and enjoys rapping and stuff like for fun. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that grew up doing that. I was always way too self-conscious to ever even try it. But you know what I mean? It's probably one of those things. And maybe he's better at it than some people, the normal people. But I don't know if he's gonna put out an album anytime soon.
I mean, the dude can also just do whatever he pleases. So, like, hey, I'm gonna drop a freestyle. I'm dropping a freestyle. Like, what's the world gonna do? Tell me not to.
There you go. Yeah, put him on the rap record, put him on College Game Day. It really doesn't matter. The guy is going to deliver.
Hell of a ping pong player too. Dude can on table tennis.
I mean, that's what he's doing right now. He's on a tour. His movie opens on Christmas Day, Maury Supreme. So this is definitely a part of that process, you know, elite marketing. So, but we also, going from that, we got to watch Jake Paul get knocked out last night on Netflix. I don't know if you guys watched the Anthony Joshua fight. Shout out Trizzy. The over 3.5 was air. Absolutely free in a very fixed looking fight. Because I mean, Anthony Joshua ended up knocking him out in like the 6th round. I don't know if you guys saw pictures of the knockout, or did you guys watch the fight at all?
I literally tuned in. As I turned it on, he was on the ground and they were about to show a replay.
Nice.
He got his jaw waxed. And to be fair, Anthony Joshua probably could have done that way earlier, but as we discussed with Trizzy yesterday, you know, they had to make Netflix a little bit happy and make that last a little bit longer. And Jake Paul did his best, man. He was hugging him. He was just clamping onto the leg. He was doing anything he could to stay around in that fight. And then Anthony Joshua was like, okay, enough now. Goodbye. See you later.
Dude, crazy.
Let's end it. End it now. Yeah, crazy night. And then Alabama, roll Tide. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, right, Shags? You guys are on it, man.
Hey, down 17-0 early on the road. Everybody, including myself, was talking of, hey, they really shouldn't have been in here. We should have put the Fighting Irish in this spot. And then what'd they do? They scored 24 unanswered, went on to win the game, and beat down the Oklahoma Sooners in Norman. Home field advantage didn't matter. Shout out to the Alabama Crimson Tide, because everybody was doubting them. I think all of America was kind of rooting against them too, just because there was so much controversy on whether or not they should be in the field of 12. But they went out and proved it, and now they got a day with Indiana in the Rose Bowl.
Dude, I was gonna say too, like, is it fair to say that they epic comeback, or was it just one of the most epic mushes we've ever seen by the collective public on the internet? You know what I mean? Like that 17 lead-0 happens, and not just Trent, but like you said, the collective public were all like so quick to run to Twitter and be like, they didn't belong. And next thing you know, it's just it's hazardous for everybody holding a fucking Oklahoma ticket.
Oh, no, 100%. I mean, Alabama tied it up by halftime. You know, it was 17-0, but it was 17-17 at half. It was quickly 24-17 Bama early in that 4th quarter. I sent a text to my buddy. Let me see what I said. He asked me about the game. They should have let Notre Dame in. LOL. I sent that text at 8:01 p.m. It was probably when it was 17-0. I think it was right after Oklahoma scored that touchdown to go up 3 scores. And yeah, Alabama came scoring back. So I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, Alabama obviously never gave up. You got to give credit to them for picking themselves up down 17, putting so much offense together in a short time. But then the defense really stepped up too. You know, after scoring 17, you allow points on your 3 opening drives on the road. That can be demoralizing for a defense, but they never gave up. They held them to 7 points just in the second half, and they moved on. So Oklahoma melted plenty, but Alabama went out and won that game.
Not to move us off college football, but what was more impressive, that comeback, or was it the 16-point comeback in the 4th quarter? The Seahawks just ripped out everybody's heart in that NFC West. Like, we had some good football the last 2 days, boys. It's been fun.
Hey,
2 more games plus a whole slate of college today.
Seahawks didn't rip my heart out because I was on their money line. And I've also got them to win the NFC West, which will be really, really good after that win over the Rams. So, no, I was very happy with that one. But, yeah, we've had some great football the last couple of days. Hopefully we get 3 good ones on the college gridiron tonight.
I actually cashed my Rams 9.5 win total ticket already, so I was good about that. But I bet the middle, it was like maybe week 4, week 5. After we talked about the Seahawks a lot, you liked them a lot. Sook liked them a lot too going into the season, and obviously how they started the season as well. I bet the Seahawks to win the NFC, as in like to win the NFC, to represent the Super Bowl in the NFC. So they have to go through and win the conference as well in the playoffs. It was like 6 or 7 to 1 at that point. So. And it's already doubled my money at this point anyway. So, yeah, big time. But, yeah, last night was crazy. This is also why, when we can jump to today, because we got a lot to talk about today. This is also why you never, ever, ever dance on a grave, ever, until you have the money in your account. The amount of times somebody will text me in a situation of like, oh, they're down for 22, 30 touchdowns or whatever. And it's like the amount of times that happens and then the rest of the game just goes the opposite direction is so many times. So I've just learned, I just never, even on the internet, I know it's funny for impressions and stuff like that, but like, you just can't, man. You can't until zeros are on the clock, because the amount of times you'll try to do that and then it just fucks you so hard. It's just no bueno.
Yeah, you can have either one, out of the two. You can be right, or you can be right early. You can't be both. So if you want to be right, you gotta wait till the end, and then you can prove that you were right. You know what I mean? Coming in halfway, yelling about how you were right and how everybody should have listened to you, never fucking works out.
Yeah, never ever. All right, we're gonna have some fun today. Like I said, we're doing a giveaway at the end of the show. So if you're watching us on Twitch, you will be entered in the giveaway at the end to win one of our new beanies. And ever since we've created this beanie, we have been on an absolute heater. So bet more unders, chat. It's a reminder. We might add one into the parlay today. We'll see. But we'll give away one of these bad boys to you guys in the chat. All you got to do is stick around with us on Twitch. If you're watching us on YouTube or X, thanks for being here. Stick around for the rest of the show, but come to Twitch, twitch.tv/betting news to get entered into the win the giveaway at the end of the show. The dogs love it.
Hey,
Scooby,
bright and early in the morning. Energy levels are right up here. You know what I mean?
Scooby. Look at they've got their sweaters on. They've got their sweaters on.
Just Scooby. He's a little cuddle bear.
Oh,
come here, buddy. Show off the sweater before we get into it. Look at this
Cuddly
guy.
bear. Cuddle bear.
Cuddle bear. What
Cuddle bear Scooby.
Oh, Scoobert. Look at it, boy.
look at this guy.
Look at him. You guys tuned in for the sports picks, and you're getting incredible dog content.
Okay, now you got to be quiet.
Does he like it when they put the hood up?
Oh yeah, he loves it, dude. He'll willingly get into the sweaters. A lot of people have to fight their dogs to get him in clothes and stuff. He'll just duck his head right in. He'll put up his paw because I gotta help him get it in. He'll put up the other one. I gotta help him get in. He loves it. He gets really cold. So
yeah, he's a tiny boy.
He's shivering. Yeah, not much body fat on that dog. Let me tell you.
He's a cutie pie though. Let's go. All right, man, let's get to it. 3 college football games today. We're going to start off with, then we'll jump to the NFL, and we'll finish this off with some hoops. Let's go to the first game. Could be the biggest one of the day, closest one of the day. We shall see. Texas A&M hosting the Miami Hurricanes. Carson Beck and company heading off to Tejas. 3-point spread here, Shags. This game is at 12 o'clock noon, 1 Eastern, noon Central kickoff. Yeah, take it away. What do you like in this game? I know you talked about it a lot this week. Anything you've kind of found? Do you have any bets in this one that you like? What are you thinking here?
Yep. Noon Eastern, 11 Central, actually. A little over an hour away from kickoff down in College Station. Look, it's the Aggies. Colby laid the juice with the money line early, minus 166. It's ticked down half a point because it opened 3.5. Now you can find threes pretty much all over the place. I don't think the 3.5, I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Aggies just absolutely roll. Miami has not had to leave the state of Florida often this season. They actually didn't have to until November. Their first game outside the state of Florida, they lost to SMU in Dallas, had to go to Virginia Tech and Pitt the rest of the season. Not scary places like Kyle Field and College Station. The Aggies have a great home field advantage. They're going to take advantage of it today. And I think the Aggies losing to Texas was arguably the best thing for them going forward in the playoffs. They lost to Texas. They were perfect going into that game, 11-0 on their way to play in the SEC championship. They lose that game to Texas. Now you don't play in the SEC championship, but you still get a home playoff game. You're well rested. You're ready to go. You're well prepared for a Miami team that is really not that good. You look at Miami's schedule. You look at who they beat. Yes, they beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. That's the talking point everyone wants to bring up. That's why they're in this field of 12 and not Notre Dame. That game was in September. It might have even been in August, to be quite honest with you. It was the first week of college football season. It was so long ago. This Texas A&M team has been cruising all year long. One of the best defenses in the nation. I believe the best third down team in the nation defensively. So I just think they're going to shut down this Hurricanes offense. I think it's going to get ugly. I think it's going to be a dominating win for the Aggies. Again, I don't think the 3 or 3.5 comes into play. I think the Aggies win this by a touchdown.
Let's go.
Okay.
I I wish we could put this in the parlay because you sound pretty confident on this one,
So
but
early.
unfortunately, it's so early. Yeah, we're gonna literally finish the show and it's gonna be kicking off. So
you all want to know why this game is early and not in prime time tonight? Because the NFL takes over Saturdays in December. I don't know why, NFL. Sunday is your day. We have 3 college football playoff games today, and the late one has to compete with 2 separate NFL games. It's BS. Save it for Sunday.
But yeah, I know it's been something that's been going on the last couple of years where the NFL there's always been an agreement till up until this date, no games other than Sundays. Exactly. And then now it's like it was unspoken. You don't play on Saturdays, but then over the last 3 to 4 years, the NFL's been like, like fuck you guys. Like we're gonna do what we want.
I guess there is like legislation that prevents them from doing so until what is it, the 3rd Saturday? The 3rd Saturday.
I think it's the 3rd Saturday of December is usually what
the So obviously they're going to, but that's why college football moved this game to the 11 a.m. start, because Kyle Field at night would have been rocking in College Station. But you don't want to compete with the NFL, so I get it.
It's also they took over Christmas Day too from the NBA as well, and unfortunately they had to eat their crow because all the games on Christmas Day suck now. Nobody's playing for anything on Christmas Day, so all 3 games are going to be. So that's what you get, and the NBA slate's tasty as hell. So
to add some spice to it, they should just three starters will be cut from each team that loses, like from either the offense or the defense. 3 starters will be cut.
Thanksgiving has always been the NFL. Christmas has always been the NBA, and I'm not an NBA guy. You guys know that, but Christmas Day, that's the NBA. 100%.
Yeah,
you're a purist. You're a purist.
Shags is a purist at his heart of hearts. Yeah, he's also down to shake at
those ugly sleeved NBA Christmas jerseys. You guys remember those?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hated that so much.
And they tried to do ones that look like presents too.
Yeah, those are terrible.
Probably the greatest sports advertisement of all time, though, to this day, still is the one where they do the shooting and they do. Is it Jingle Bells that they're? Or
no. We wish you Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And they're making all the buckets and everything. You cannot tell me that they did not do that live. You can't. No. I'll never believe you.
It's a yearly tradition now. My parents yelling at me that I'm watching too much basketball on Christmas Day and not spending enough time with the family. You know what I mean? With Christmas without it's just not the same.
Hey, man, sports never sleep. We've talked about this a bunch, not even on Christmas. But yeah, Shags, that does make a lot of sense, and that's unfortunate for college football viewers. But at least we have football all day. I guess you can look at it that way.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's the first game on the docket. Next one in the afternoon, Tulane taking on Ole Miss. This one could get out of hand, but I don't know if it's going to get as out of hand as the last game of the night, which we'll talk about in a minute. Rebels without Lane Kiffin, obviously. Let's see if it matters tonight. Take it away. What do you like in this Tulane game?
This game is going to get out of hand. You missed out on Ole Miss minus 16.5. It's up to 17.5 across that key number. Again, I don't really think it's going to come into play. I think Tulane wins by 21, 24, Ole Miss, 28, maybe 30. Ole Miss. Yeah, sorry, Ole Miss. They already beat this Tulane team once, 45-10. This is a rematch in Oxford. They outgained Tulane by nearly 300 yards in that first game. Trinidad Chambliss led the Rebels on 4 separate 70-yard drives, total 24 points in just those possessions. Tulane, they've only tasted defeat twice this year. They lost to Ole Miss, and then they lost to UTSA on the road by 22 as 6-point favorites. Not great. Their coach is leaving. He hasn't left yet, but John Sumrall is graduating, you could say, to the SEC. He's going to take a job at Florida. So not the same situation as Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin left, abandoned his team. He's gone. John Sumrall, it's more of a sending off. You would say he's moving up. They know he's going to accept this job. He's staying with the team through the playoff. So, motivation is plenty high in the Tulane locker room. But Ole Miss, they got motivation that no one else in this tournament has. Their head coach left them, abandoned them, left them for dead. We're capable of winning a national championship, but I'm going to go take this job elsewhere. The fire that could have been ignited in that locker room when that happened is something that I don't think any opponent should want to see on the football field. The Ole Miss team is going to be very dangerous. I think they're going to start off hot, aggressive, leave Tulane in the dust, and then just prepare for the rematch against Georgia in the next round. I've got Ole Miss's first half team total over 20.5 at minus 108. You could find 19.5 for like minus 140 if you'd rather. I'm comfortable with the 20.5 because I see them getting touchdowns rather than field goals. They are top 30 in third down conversions. Tulane north of 70 in that category defensively. Ole Miss, they already cashed this against Tulane the first game. They scored 23 points in the first quarter. They've also cashed this in 7 of 12 games this season, ending on 20 and 17 on 3 separate occasions. Tulane gives up 2 touchdowns more in the first half on the road than at home. The defense just doesn't really show up against big teams on the road. And again, in Oxford, scary place to play. I think the Ole Miss motivation is just too much. So I like Ole Miss's offense to run up the score in this one, especially early. So I got their first half team total over 20.5, but I think they cover the 17 with ease.
All right now. Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting to see what a team's going to come out and do after all the drama that's going on with this team over the last couple of weeks. They also haven't played football to kind of see how they would respond after this happened as well. So this is going to be our first taste of what the post-Lane Kiffin era, and as you mentioned, maybe that fire comes out and goes down the green wave. Yeah.
Also, a very weird situation, right? With this, like the motivation, everything you talked about, Shaggy. Like you can't really point or reference anything else. You know what I mean? Like maybe another coach leaving, but in this fashion, the way that this all went down, it's just insane.
Oh yeah, and I mean they've still have the DC is taking over as the head coach, so more of a defensive minded front at the helm of this Rebels team, but they've still got their play caller, Charlie Weiss Jr., the OC. He's still there calling plays. He is moving on to LSU next season, but he was allowed to come back for this playoff run and still call plays for the team. So they've still got the heads of both offensive and defensive units. So I think they're going to be fine without Lane Kiffin.
Based upon your analysis, and I have a feeling I know what you're going to say for the next game too, I think that you like both big spreads, as in both got teams to most likely cover said big spreads. I know you didn't take it individually, but you like the kind of lean that direction, right?
Yep, I definitely lean that direction. So that just, takes us right to the next game, James Madison and Oregon. Oregon, a 3-touchdown favorite. This line has been dancing a little because it opened 20.5, quickly up to 21.5, quickly got over that 3-touchdown mark. Now it's come back down half a point, sitting at a flat 21 pretty much everywhere. I don't like the side or a total or a side in this one. Excuse me. My gut would say Oregon just blows them out of the water. James Madison, unfortunately, just can't compete. I think it's going to be a little bit of men against boys, Big Ten against the Sun Belt. James Madison, their team total is 13.5. Like you're counting on them maybe scoring a couple touchdowns. Can they really slow down Oregon? I don't necessarily think it's going to be a matter of slowing down Oregon. I think it's more of how aggressive is Oregon going to play. Are they going to run James Madison off the field, run up the score, cover this spread, or are they going to build a comfortable 2-touchdown, 10-point lead and coast, saving their legs for the next matchup against Texas Tech? I kind of am going with the latter route, which is why I took the under at 49.5, which, as you can see, down to 45.5. I'll be honest, I think the play now is James Madison plus the points, to be quite honest with you. The under 45.5 scares me just because, 35-10, that stays under. That's Oregon covering the spread. 35-14. There's James Madison covering the spread. It's over this 45.5 number. It's under my 49.5 number. This total has ticked way down. Started at 51, 50.5, 49.5. That's where I finally snagged it. Now it's down to 45.5, but the spread hasn't moved at all. It's ticked a half a point, 1 point. So the total's lost 6 points. Oregon hasn't gained any on the spread. James Madison hasn't gained any on the spread. I kind of think that's a little telling towards James Madison covering this number. And my whole thinking is Oregon's going to be aggressive. They're going to build that 2-touchdown lead and then coast. I don't think Dan Lanning is going to give the Red Raiders everything in his playbook. I don't think he's going to give them all the tape possible to prepare for the next round, which is why I see Oregon kind of taking their foot off the gas, offensively at least, which is why I think this game stays under. So I think right now at the current numbers, the play is James Madison plus the points. But as you can see, I'm riding with the total at under 49.5. 45.5 definitely gives me some pause on that under, though.
Yeah. And I mean, it's 45.5 in most places that I'm seeing as well. So it's pretty wide across the market. And yeah, like you mentioned, there's been a lot of these, especially these bigger games with more standalone type of situations where that type of move, a 4 or 5 point swing, how many times does it fall right in the middle,
Exactly. So, like,
So-
if I was sitting at under 51.5, I would maybe be looking to middle this at over 45.5. The problem with backing an over is, again, how many points do you see James Madison scoring? I
Right.
don't see them scoring more than 14, maybe just 10, maybe just 7. I don't think that's going to be enough to get over the total. Question is it going to be enough for them to cover the 3 touchdowns? How much is Oregon going to score?
Yeah. You can get a 20.5s out there too, depending upon if you want to shop around a skosh.
There are 20.5s. Okay.
I'm
You can get Oregon under that cusp then. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I am. Or you can go with the team total. From Chewy for Oregon. That's a lot of points, man. Holy.
I looked at that too, and yeah, that just worried me a little. Again, I don't know how aggressive Oregon's going to be if they're up 21-0 at halftime. Like, they're not going to come out looking to put up another 21 points in the second half. They're going to just run the ball and play good defense.
Yeah. So, but as we cap this off, and then we'll talk NFL games today, because as you mentioned, the NFL just decided to spray their seed into Saturday action and have 2 games today to discuss. If both G5 teams today go out and get dog walked, like Blues by 3 to 4 touchdowns, do you think that will be enough? Maybe, I mean, this is probably already going to happen in the offseason anyway, with all the G5 and all the conversations about getting into the playoff and everything like that. If the results today are so one-sided and so lopsided, do you think that will sway the movement next season of G5s not being included possibly in the bracket, or do you think that will change the minds of anybody?
I think it's going that way regardless, to be quite honest with you. The common feeling that at least I can kind of tell from most fan bases, regardless of who you cheer for, is we want the best 12 teams playing for the college football playoff. If you're going to have a field of 12, we want the 12 best teams. On the College Football Playoff Committee's official website, it says technically that's what they're doing, is picking the 12 best teams. You're never going to get that if you have this criteria that you've got to meet in order to pick those 12 teams. The automatic conference bids, boom, you're automatically excluding one of the best 12 teams in the country, especially when you have a situation like the ACC where Duke goes and wins the championship, and now you've got James Madison and Tulane. I love the G5s. All due respect to G5s. Unfortunately, I think they just need their own playoff. I think we're headed that way anyways, because what it comes down to is we want the 12 best teams playing in the college football playoff. So I think the committee's going to do away with that criteria anyways. And I think that's what they'll come out and say next year is, hey, we don't care if you win your conference championship. We don't care about this. All we care about is the 12 best teams. And you get that by removing all your criteria. So I don't think the results in today's games are going to have much of an impact. I feel like we're already moving that direction anyways.
And Shaq, is something you agree with? Like, in terms of, what are your thoughts?
So I go back and forth because I also want the 12 best teams. And if you take the 12 best teams, you're going to exclude some G5. You're going to exclude Tulane, who's had a great season, won the American. You're going to exclude James Madison, who won the Sun Belt, had a great season. But my thinking is, if a G5 is able to win one of these opening games, are they going to be able to string it together for 2-3 more to win the conference championship over 2 SEC teams and a Big Ten team, or 2 Big Ten teams? Probably not. And, you could say, well, that's what we have in college basketball. We have 64 teams. We have a bunch of lopsided games. Those 15 seeds that pull off 1 or 2 upsets, they never make it past the first weekend or whatever. So, and my argument with that is, well, football and basketball are 2 different sports. We've had this big tournament established in college basketball for quite some time now. We don't need to change it, even though people want to change it. Football, we are still figuring out what works best. We had the BCS system forever. We had the 4-team playoff for about a decade, I believe, and now we've moved on to the 12-team playoff. We're still figuring it out, still figuring out the kinks of what works, what's the best way to decide a national champion. I am under the impression that we should just take the 12 best teams, put them in there, do their thing. If that excludes G5s, do like what the FCS does and just have a G5 playoff.
Mm-hmm. I kind of agree with you, though, especially with what you said about like basketball versus football. Two completely different sports. You can see some team have a bad shooting night, and no matter how athletically gifted one team might be, the other team might have a chance that day. Whereas you're looking at a few SEC teams, and these boys are just that much bigger than the dudes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like the Georgia Bulldogs. Come on,
especially with NIL money, like
Yeah.
the SEC pockets compared to the G5 pockets, it's astronomical. And so just from a talent perspective, now I'm not going to go all Bud Elliott and say it's a safety issue because that's a ridiculous take. But like it's just at some point it becomes men against boys, and we've seen blowouts in the college football playoff between two Power 4 teams, so it's gonna happen regardless. But I think that just goes to show you there is that much there's that much range in the talent level of these college football D1 teams. Prendy, great question. G5 means group of 5 because there are 9 FBS conferences. You've got the 4 Power 4s, Big 10, SEC, ACC, Big 12, and then your other 5 are the group of 5. Sun Belt, American, Conference
Mountain West.
USA, Mountain West.
ACC?
No, ACC's Power 4. American, Sun Belt, Conference USA, Mountain West. There's one more.
I don't know.
Can't think of it.
Mountain West was my only poll there. Sorry.
No,
I only have one poll.
Good poll. But that's the G5, Prendy.
Yeah. Okay.
If Crutch were in here, he would know exactly who it is. I'll have it for you in a sec.
Also, just to bring this up as well,
Mac! How did I forget the Mac?
Oh, Maction.
Duh. So those are the G5s: Mac, American, Sun Belt, Mountain West.
Oh, now you're forgetting the other.
Whatever other one I just forgot.
The other one. That's funny. So retired Kobe. Hello. Kobe's no longer with us. He's retired now, apparently. Kobe. Texas A&M. There you go. Let the spread if you want. Take the money line in a parlay if you're feeling frisky, but there you go.
Is this like doing horns down? You do the U down?
U down? Sure.
U down.
It's going to be a beautiful day in Florida. No hurricanes.
That just reminded me of the Wagner brothers handshake. I don't know if you've seen it,
Shag. Have you seen that, Shags?
No.
One of them will go like this. He'll put his out here, and the other one will like milk it. Like literally, like Mo Wagner sitting there on the bench. After a big play, he'll go like this. And then Franz will come over.
That's incredible, dude.
Wow.
Incredible. She's one of our new favorite people. This looks kind of frisky for plus money.
I don't hate that because again, I think much like the Ole Miss Tulane game, I think Dan Lanning starts out aggressive and tries to leave him in the dust.
A little parlay with that Ole Miss first half team total. I mean, hey.
All right now. All right, 3 games, college football. You guys can go check out all of Shaggy's and Colby's scribbles at bettingnews.com if you want some deeper analysis on these games today. It's going to be fun. Great game last night. Hopefully it continues into today. Okay, real quick before we jump to NFL, there is pitch action today. The EPL is going down. There's already games happening as we speak right now. They are playing, but there's one this afternoon. Shag wrote about it, and I want to hear because it's all about the Gunners. So tell me why the Gunners are awesome, Shag.
Yeah, currently sweating out Man City to win 2-0. They're up 2-0. The second half just started, so need them to just hold strong defensively for 45 minutes for a little plus 116 winner. But we got some more plus money on the pitch as SPJ's Arsenal Gunners head to Everton to take on Everton. Look, Arsenal is missing their entire back line. Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Calafiori, they're all injured. They're all not playing. Arsenal still has the best back line in Europe. Even their second line is arguably the best back line in all of Europe. They're the best back line in the EPL by far, giving up just 10 goals in their 16 matches. I like them to win this game on the road. I also like this game to stay under the 3.5. Took a little same game parlay. Arsenal on the money line and under 3.5 for plus 121. Arsenal is watching Manchester City win right now. If Man City wins, they jump Arsenal. They're on top of the table. How does Arsenal get back on top? They win today on the road against Everton, a team that does not produce offensively. Everton is number 9 on the EPL table currently, but they're 3rd worst in goals scored, number 18th in the league in goals scored. That means they've been winning a bunch of low-scoring games. I don't see them scoring in this one. Again, even against Arsenal's second-team back line, the Gunners will be good enough to hold them to a shutout. Definitely hold this under 3.5, which is why I took the 3.5. Maybe a 2-1 Arsenal win is what we see. Maybe Everton decides the net one, but Arsenal's good enough to win this game on the road. They've stayed under 3.5 in 5 straight and 11 of 12 on the road this year. Everton, they've stayed under 3.5 in 3 straight and 13 of their last 14 overall. Trends are with us. Arsenal just is dominant. I think they stay that way, win this game on the road in a low-scoring fashion. So give me Arsenal and the under 3.5 at plus 121.
Keep going. I'm almost there. Keep going. Just kidding.
SPJ's not doing shows with Sook. He's a little bit more unhinged because you know what I mean. Like he doesn't have to reel Sook in.
Yeah,
I don't have to reel everybody in all the time. Yeah. All right, Gunners to the moon this afternoon. What is it? 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock kickoff?
2 o'clock Central. 2 o'clock Central. Yes, sir.
Yeah. 8 o'clock in the UK prime time.
Hey, I respect it, Jeff. I respect it, but I hope your bet loses too.
Jeff might need a little bit more after his $26 DoorDash coffee. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank God Jeff sorted us out, or thank God Jeff tailed the parlay last night. Can pay for his $27 coffee. We've all been down bad like that, though. You got to get a coffee.
Overserved last night, so the homie's going through it, I guess.
Hey, whatever you need to tell yourself, getting overserved.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard that one.
That reminds me of the video of the guy sitting at the table, like someone's pouring the glass of wine, and he's like, no, and it's himself pouring the wine. Overserved, right?
Jeff overserved in his living room. You know what I mean? That's how that went down.
I think yesterday he was saying he was on the Negronis.
Yeah, he was.
In Negroni. So, all right, let's jump. Let's talk about the Saturday ruiners, the NFL, taking over the Saturdays. 2 games today in the NFL to kick off Week 16. Saw great Thursday Night Football to kick it off on Thursday. Let's see if that continues today. First game, not as much in the standings for the Commanders as their season is cooked. However, it means a lot for the Eagles. Pretty sure if the Eagles win today, they can win the NFC East and then kind of make their last couple of weeks meaningless in the fact of they'll be still just at the top of the division. However, Marcus Mariota is looking to come and ruin that in Washington today. 7-point spread towards the Commanders, 44.5 point total here. I've got to play in this one. It's a prop, but I'll let you kind of take over first, V, and talk about what you like in this game. What are you kind of seeing in the battle of the NFC East?
Man, I'm looking at 2 teams that haven't played each other this season, but as we know, they are divisional opponents that always play each other very tough, right? And like you said, SPJ, a win this week for the Eagles will not only clinch the division, but make the last 2 games not meaningless just because of seeding implications and the fact that the Seahawks still have 2 tougher games left on the schedule, and a lot can happen in terms of just NFC standings in general. But I do think that this is a Philly team that has been struggling as of late, not just in terms of moving the ball and on offense and putting up points, but in protecting Jalen Hurts. The protection hasn't been there. They're very beat up on the offensive line. Lane Johnson, I don't know if he's back this week, but
I don't think so.
Even if he is, there you go. The entire offensive line has been beat up, and it's really made this entire air attack suffer. The run game has really suffered. And this is a Commanders team, though, that hasn't been getting pressure on opposing QBs, and that's been the main problem for them. Not only is the secondary bad, but when you're not getting pressure on opposing QBs, you're really just leaving your guys out there to dry, and that's what we're seeing happen. They run a ton of man coverage at a top 10 rate this year, and I think that they're going to get torched by a guy like maybe A.J. Brown. But before we get into props, I think it's going to be a fun one. I don't think Philly's going to have as easy of a time as everybody kind of thinks they are. What about you, Shags? How are you feeling in this one?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said the NFC East rivals, they'll play each other tough. I've been a guy that's been targeting divisional unders kind of all year long. I don't know if I can quite get there with the 44.5. I do think this one might get a little lopsided towards the Eagles, personally. I'm not going to take that spread either. I like Washington's team total under. 17.5 is what I'm seeing. So you're getting a key number there. Philly obviously coming off the shutout. They shut out the Raiders after 3 losses. They needed, a cupcake victory to kind of get their feet back under them and get ready for this divisional game. Close out, a decently tough schedule. Commanders, Bills, and then Commanders again to end the season. But I'm not very scared of Washington's offense. I'm not sure that they'll be able to move the ball much against this Philly team that, again, is finding their stride and is trying to get ready for the playoffs, especially defensively. So give me Washington's team total under the 17.5 if I had to bet this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I kind of lean with the Commanders, maybe sticking around and covering at the end, maybe backdooring this thing. Mariota's been the better quarterback for this team ever since Jaden Daniels been injured pretty much the entire season. So we'll see if that comes to play here. I have a prop in this game. You kind of alluded to it a little bit, Sauceman. It's a little chalky, but haven't really bet him at all this season, so I'm happy to kind of get involved today. Give me A.J. Brown over 60-plus receiving yards. I bet a little bit of juice at the 59.5. There are some 60.5s or 61.5s out there. I think you can take that too if you don't want to pay the juice, man. But I don't mind paying the juice for the 60-plus. He has gone 60-plus receiving yards. He's played the Commanders 6 times in his Eagles career as they play each other twice, obviously, in the division. He's not hit this line once in those 6 games in the last 3 seasons. He loves playing against this team. He has hit this, obviously, in 4 straight as well against the Washington Commanders. A lot of those games being a lot more competitive in comparison because the Commanders obviously were good last year. 97 receiving yards against them in their matchup last season. He's had 130 and 175 yards in the season prior against this team. But the other reason why I like this is the Commander secondary is terrible. 28th in the NFL to receiving yards allowed. They get torched week after week by good number 1 wide receivers. And I think that they're going to get torched once again today. So give me AJ coming off kind of a bad game too. They didn't really need him too much against the Raiders. They were dog walking that team without AJ. He still scored a touchdown in that game as well. But 100-yard games in 2 of his last 3 before that. Also had a 90 piece in there as well. I think they're going to pepper AJ. He's going to be able to get open deep, maybe hit a lot of this in one big play. As long as Jalen Hurts remembers that he's a quarterback today, we should be okay on this play. So I also really like Saquon. I looked at Saquon too. He should be able to take advantage of this rushing defense, and he has had incredible games against the Commanders. Obviously, last season's numbers are a tiny bit inflated on the fact he ran for 2K last year. So you can't look at it the same this year and how he's kind of been production-wise, but I think he has a chance to have a big day as well. Mariota rushing yards was the other one I looked at. I think that he's going to be able to have to move the football with his feet as well. I think 25 or 26.5 when I was looking at this a couple days ago was the number. I didn't end up betting it individually, but I think Mariota can definitely get some stuff on the ground for this Commanders offense. So, but officially for me, AJ, give me the AJ receiving yards. Love it. I like the ladder too, up to 100 if you want to get frisky.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I was going to talk about another wide receiver in this Philly wide receiver room, Devontae Smith. His longest reception is sitting at 23.5 yards of plus money, and it's pretty high. But like I said, this Commanders team does nothing to get to the quarterback, and because of that, it's just going to give Jalen Hurts an obnoxious amount of time in the pocket. And when he has time in the pocket, he's actually a pretty decent quarterback. Now, he's not going to hit you in stride. He's not going to hit you with a 50-yard deep ball, but he will get you a 25-yarder and a little bit of yards after the catch, especially against a Commander secondary that we know has been absolutely just piss poor, both from the slot and from the outside. Outside of that, I did target Saquon, the over 79.5 rushing yards. Yep. Sitting at plus 104, I had to tap in here. This is just a line where we're looking at Philly as a 7-point favorite on the road. If they are going to play with a significant lead for like a significant portion of this game, they're going to want to run the ball. Saquon has not been good this year. He has been averaging less than 4 yards per carry, 67.1 rush yards per game. And this is behind a Philly offense that is 9-5. Usually when he's had seasons like this, it's behind a Giants offensive line that is abysmal, and they're constantly playing from behind. This is also a guy that hasn't been utilized as much in the pass game over the last few weeks, except outside of maybe a few big plays, right? But you're not seeing the target share as high as maybe you would like. And I think a lot of that has to do with the addition of Tank Bigsby. But I took the number here. I think the plus money is right there. And the Commanders have just not been good against the run this year. They're 27th in rush yards allowed. They've even had a few softer matchups over the last few weeks, which I think is just kind of, allowed them a false sense of security. Now you're going up against Saquon for the first time this year. It's week 16. Your body's beat up. This might not be the guy you want to see here twice in the last 3 weeks. So give me Saquon over 79.5 rush yards. You can take the rushing and receiving too. It just gets all the way up, I think, to 100. So I took the rushing here because he's cleared this line in 4 straight games and 8 of his 12 games in his career against the Commanders. He averages over 100.7 rush yards per game against the Commanders. And like I said, he's just absolutely destroyed this team, having played his entire career in the NFC West or East, in the NFC East.
Other side of the country. Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't get back and forth between AJ or Saquon. I think there's a world where both of them have big days, to be honest. So I like it too. Yep, exactly. Okay. anything else on this one? Then we can turn the page and talk about probably what's going to be maybe the more competitive and better football game today in the NFL.
Be nice, please. Just kidding.
Shaq, get the tomatoes out. Bears, Packers, huge game in the NFC North as the Bears are hosting the Green Bay Packers coming to town. No Micah Parsons, obviously, as he is on the shelf with his ACL tear. And the last game against these two teams just a few weeks ago in Lambeau was a great game. We'll see if we see the same today in Chicago in the Windy City. 1.5 point faves are the Chicago Bears here. Packers 1.5 point doggies. 46.5 is the total. I'll let Shags talk first since I'm going to let V finish this off. Shags, what are your thoughts on this game? Big matchup, obviously. Standalone football game on a Saturday night that you talked about that the NFL took over. At least we got a good game to take over into that slot. Should be a good one. What do you like in this game?
I'm struggling with geography right now. Is this Lambeau South or Lambeau East?
I love this man. I love this man so much.
Lambeau South. Yeah, okay. Lambeau South. Yeah, Lambeau South, we'll call it. When's the last time the Bears beat the Packers at Lambeau South?
It hasn't happened in the Jordan Love era.
It's 2018. I looked it up. 2018 was the last time the Packers lost at Lambeau South. They're catching points. I got the Packers to win the North. They already beat this team once. Basically, the game to decide the division. Leave the points at the door. Packers outright.
Wow. Now you can get V to keep going.
I knew who I was going to be on the show with today. Come on now.
So if Danny would have been here, you would have been swinging the other direction.
He's a man of the people. You know what I mean? He's a man of the people.
Man of the people. Absolutely.
Shags, maybe you can talk about this a little bit too before we get more into the game. The splits. Have you looked at the betting splits and how much money is on the Bears right now? It's absolutely an obnoxious amount. Looking at just both sides. Yeah, we're looking at have it up right here. 74% of the handle is on -1.5. 82% of the handle is on the money line, and it's the same thing with the bets. 62% of the bets are on the -1.5, and then 60% on the money line. This just feels like, even if you're looking at Circa, it's the same kind of thing. You're seeing a heavy handle and bets amount towards that side, and I don't know. Like I've never seen Vegas just giving away free money.
No, of course not. Well, and it looks like this line has like completely flipped. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. I'm seeing the Bears started out as almost 3.5 field goal dogs at home. Yep. It's gone all the way the other way. They're given 1.5. I think I even saw given 2 at some books. So yeah, I mean, people are buying in on the Chicago Bears. I don't know though. Like the loss of Micah Parsons, like, you know, it's going to be a bad week when the only good news that comes out surrounding your team is the fact that Micah Parsons' ACL was torn completely instead of partially. You know what I mean? So
clean tear.
Yeah, me and other Packer fans were celebrating that this week, but outside of that, it's been a tough week. No Micah Parsons. The pass rush is completely different. Like, obviously, the numbers are going to be different with Micah on the field versus on the field, especially when you're game planning. But if you're looking at just the numbers from this year, they go from a top 3 pass rush to a bottom 5 pass rush with Micah not on the field. Now, do I think that's going to stick? No. Do I think that a little bit more scheming, a little bit more blitz packages and things like that will come out, especially against a guy like Caleb who has struggled under pressure? I do. But again, Micah Parsons cannot be replaced. You can only hope to try and bring that same level of production to the field here. And I think that the run defense is still going to be good. Last time they got kind of gashed by this Bears team. Both Monangai and Swift hit their lines, and they were committed. They were committed to the run game, and I respect it. And I think without Micah Parsons up there, you're going to do that a little bit more. The Packers are also without Devontae Wyatt, a all-pro level, defensive tackle that has been playing phenomenal football this year, hasn't been with the team for the last 4 weeks, and we've kind of seen them get gashed on the field. I lean with Shags. I am on the Packers. I don't want to sit here and pitch it to you because obviously, whatever. But I have a prop. And like I posted it here in chat, me and Danny both broke this game down. We have a lot of thoughts. It's a little bit longer, but it's really fucking good. And Danny's got a very much in-depth breakdown of what this game's looking like and last week's, or the game from 2 weeks ago. But I took Matthew Golden, over 18.5 receiving yards. Main reason I'm going to continue to talk about this, I'll talk more about it on Sunday probably. when you have time in the pocket, you have more time to watch routes develop. And when that happens, you have more options for deep routes, for deep crossers. And that's exactly what this Bears team has struggled against. We saw it 2 weeks ago against Christian Watson. CJ Gardner-Johnson had no business on the field trying to stay step for step with a guy like Christian Watson. Last week, you put a guy like Pat Surtain out there, and it's a completely different story. Step for step, stride for stride, he's going to be there. This Bears team does not have a guy like that. Jalen Johnson has not been the same guy since he's returned from injury. And I think that Matthew Golden is now primed for a spot to have a big game. The line's sitting at 18.5, which is very, very low. And I just think because of the lack of pass rush, because of the way that the Bears get beat deep, that Matthew Golden is primed for a big, maybe not a big day, but a bigger day in terms of what his rookie season has looked like. I think that they're going to fuck, man. I don't know how to explain this, but I love this play quite a bit today. The 18.5 feels too low. Even if Christian Watson is playing, I think that both of them are going to have a big day. This is a team that plays a lot of man, but Matthew Golden is still top 5 in separation score in the entire NFL. He hasn't seen the target share that usually draws, but I think this week against the Bears with the receiving crew kind of beat up a little bit, you need to utilize him a little bit. And after 2 weeks ago and last week and him being beat up, this is a guy nobody's seen. You have no tape on him. You have no nothing to utilize him this week in a big divisional matchup for the division potentially. It just feels like the right time to use him. And I'm hoping MLF has something in his bag for the rookie today.
MLF.
Yeah.
This could all hit in one play. Probably is going to hit on one play if it hits. So I have a prop in this game too. I'm getting to the point where we might have to put the Packers money line in our parlay today.
No, not again, please, not again, not after fucking last Sunday. Just for my own well-being. I can't.
I did sell us.
Not for the show parlay.
I have no strong opinions either way. I think the Bears, I feel like the Bears win this game, but I could totally see the Packers winning. Nobody wants, as chat's kind of talking about, everyone's on, oh, Michael Parsons gone, Packers are done, blah, 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 and everybody loves being on the sexy Bears. But
I mean, it's a tough spot when you are not the dog anymore. You know what I mean? You are the team that has to come in and do your job. All the pressure's on the Bears today, whereas the Packers aren't supposed to win. They just lost their, their best defensive end. They just lost their best defensive player. So, but nothing matters until 5 p.m. today, boys.
Yeah, we'll find out for 5 p.m. Pacific for you.
Pacific, yeah.
You touched on this. I took DeAndre Swift over 51.5 rushing yards in this game. The line's too low. 60-plus rushing yards in 3 straight matchups with the Packers. He had 63 in the game, like you just mentioned. Him and Monunga had good games on the ground against this Packers front. Bears have been awesome running the football, one of the most efficient rushing attacks over the last 4 weeks of the season in all of the different statistical categories, EPA, et cetera. And I think that they're going to be able to utilize that once again today. I don't think that this game's going to get out of hand to the fact they're just going to be slinging it everywhere. Ben Johnson wants to run the football, and he's using Swift and Monunga to do just that. So this line's just too low. I'm seeing some 52.5s out there as well. I think that's the best price you can get right now. Obviously, that's fine. I like it up to 60. I like it up to 65 or even 70 if you're feeling frisky. I think that he has a chance to have a good day on the ground. Swift is kind of more of the pass-catching back, but if you've been looking at the Bears' splits on running, Swift is actually the one that's doing the lion's share of the carries. Monunga is getting a lot right now, too, just because of how efficient he is. But Ben Johnson's liking utilizing both of them. He's probably in the back of his head going, I've got my Gibbs and my Montgomery now. What can I do? How can I make it happen? Yeah, I like that. I like that prop quite a bit. Danny's also staff article play is in this game. So the staff article will come out a little bit early this week, Chad, obviously, as the 2 NFL games are happening today. This is also a reminder to both of you two to send me your staff plays, please. Thank you. So I can get the article posted for you guys this afternoon. 8-4 last week. We have not had a losing week on the entire NFL season in the staff article plays. I will probably go this week into it and find out how many units we are up specifically. But we've had 108 winners and only 60. I can't remember the math, but
we were above 60%.
We are above 60%.
Did it again. So yeah,
we are profitable in every single NFL week this season. So check out for the staff article this week. Danny's play is in this game later today as well. He also likes Swift, but a little bit of a different angle. So I'll tease that for you guys later today.
On Swift, a little bit of a maybe I'm at the risk of sounding like a hater. I do think that Ben Johnson at sometimes, especially late in games, doesn't always want to put the ball in Caleb's hands, and not always necessarily because he's going to turn the ball over or throw an interception. Sometimes it's just because he's going to take a sack. He holds the ball way too long, and he's always trying to make a big play. But sometimes when that's exactly what you're trying to do, you put yourself at risk of a very big negative play, and that's something you can't do late in games is taking sacks. So I think it's why we saw even in that last drive 2 weeks ago, they were running the ball to get down there. They were running the ball every single time, and everybody was pissed off that they didn't run the ball on 4th and 1. So maybe he doesn't make that mistake again.
I just think that it's, at home, big game. You're going to want to control the tempo and the pace. And this team, like I said, has been one of the most efficient rushing attacks in the NFL over the last 4 weeks of the season, and I think that that's going to continue today. So should be a good one, though, tonight. Let's turn the page, boys, because we're going to run out of time, as per usual. Let's jump to the NBA and the college basketball today. Huge college basketball game in Madison Square Garden. Is that this afternoon, Shags, or is that this evening?
Most of them are this evening.
Okay.
The Duke one, Madison Square Garden's this evening.
Yeah, I figured it was a primetime game. There's lots of stuff that you can pick and choose you want to watch today. Chat. There's so much to action.
I tweeted it out. I'm pretty sure I'm setting a personal record on low number of steps taken because I'm setting up on my couch here in about 15 minutes, and I don't plan on leaving.
No lie, bro. I might do the same thing. The Uber Eats might get delivered, and then
I got 3 college football playoff games, the NFL tonight, college basketball on all day. Yeah, I ain't moving.
Everyone deserves a $26 DoorDash coffee once in a while, right? Like sometimes you got to just treat yourself.
Yeah, they know better than this. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Since chat just mentioned this, shout out Sean Beasy for buying a Laker jersey and buying a Luka jersey. So shout out Sean Beasy. Also shout out Sean Beasy for dropping like 20 subs yesterday. Or the day before. Chat, this is your reminder too. If we've helped you make some money this week, which if you've watched some shows, you've probably made some money with us this week. Feel free to sub to the channel. It's always free. The content's great, but obviously on Twitch, we get a little extra jump if you guys drop a sub. So if you're feeling frisky, if you made some cheese with us over the last week, feel free to drop a subby and get involved. We'll also play the Mike Breen bang. So if you want to hear a bang, here you go.
Give me the favorite on the puck line for plus money.
There you go. Hockey
2 units.
On the Luka front, I'll get the chalk out of the way first. I bet Luka today. It's PRA. I haven't bet him in like a week, and he's been absolutely cooking. But this is about the matchup. The Los Angeles Lakers take on the Los Angeles Clippers. Battle of LA today. And Luka Doncic loves to get the belt out against the Los Angeles Clippers. He's also coming off of a 45-point game against Utah the last time he played against the Clippers. He also scored 40 points in that game as well. He hit 7 threes, too, if you want to take his over 3.5 threes. But he also had almost had a triple-double against them the last time they played. He had a 45-point, 14 assist, 11 rebound game in their last game against Utah. I'm not going to overthink this. It's Luka against. I also really like LeBron in this game too. I think LeBron can have a nice spot there as well. He's finally back, finally cooking. He's had good games against the Clippers as well. I think Luka and LeBron can have big nights tonight against this beat-up Clippers team. Kawhi and Harden back in the lineup tonight. Oh, okay. Perfect. Also an interesting spread. 1.5 point favorites for the Clippers makes me think this game is going to be interesting tonight in La La Land. So talk about Braun real quick. Go ahead.
Just that, like you said, he's been good over the last couple of games. He's had 40+ PRA in 3 of his last 5 games. The fact that DeAndre Ayton is still out of the lineup makes me like his rebounding upside even more, especially with a guy like Zubac on the other side. You're going to need to limit the offensive glass, and a guy like Jackson Hayes just isn't doing what you need him to do on that side of the ball. So I'm looking at a guy like LeBron. He had 7 rebounds in back-to-back games now. He had 10 assists the other night too, and he had 15 rebounds in that game against the San Antonio Spurs, right? This is a team where I think the Clippers suck. They just suck, and I'm going to fade them every chance that I get, as long as it's not looking like a blowout and the 1.5 point spread fucking feels weird, but does that mean the Clippers win? I don't know, but give me LeBron, PRA.
Yeah, I like it. Do you look at the double-double, almost 2-1? That felt like a nice sprinkle as well.
I saw it plus 210 the other day when I bet his PRA in the game right before this. And I didn't bet it. I was like, oh, it's sus. Why do it? Blah, 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 this and that. Near triple-double. I was so mad.
Free. There's going to be a game soon where him and LeBron, Luka and LeBron have triple-doubles together. It's going to happen soon.
I hit that Luka triple-double, AR double-double in the same game earlier this year. That was nice.
There you go. It's probably going to be
SGP.
with AR out. It's going to be on the shelf. It's going to happen soon. One more play for me in the NBA. Huge NBA slate tonight. We'll have some more stuff on the timeline. I haven't gone through every single game yet, and there's some really nice matchups this evening. So be on the lookout. Post some stuff on the timeline. All the games are tonight as well. But the other play that I have, Shags, you'll like this poll as a guy who loves college basketball. It'll be a nice little transition.
Great.
Kind of found my new guy that I like to talk about that no one really talks about now, although a bit more people are talking about him now in comparison to what was happening earlier in the season. A guy who was known in the college realm, but is now becoming a lot more popular in the NBA realm.
Cooper Flag.
Maxime Renaud,
yes!
22.5 points
The
in rebounds.
Frenchman.
Freshman. Minus
Let's
115. Go. The Kings taking on the Trailblazers in a back-to-back situation where they just played the other night. Now, Denny's is probably open late, chat, so let's not overthink this. So I'm not going to sit here and sell you guys on Denny. However, Maxime, I pitched it to V a couple of times. Learn the name, chat. This kid's got ball. He can hoop, man. This kid can play. He's finally getting an opportunity with the Kings. They don't have Drew Eubanks in the lineup anymore either. So in their last game against the Portland Trailblazers, he played 36 minutes, 29 points, and 11 rebounds. Efficiently shooting the basketball. He's got really nice touch around the rim. I love the PR line at 22.5. Like I just said, he just played this team. I know Kling Kong is big down there, but I really like Renaud, and I think that he's going to be a nice piece that the Kings are going to want to continue to find out more and more about. So give me the Frenchman, Maxime. Max the Great. Maxime the Great, 22.5 PR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. V, you're muted.
Yep. I was just saying, hell yeah, I like that a lot. That's it.
Let's go. You got anything else you want to mention, or should Shags take us home in the college basketball realm?
I'll have scribbles out for the NBA in just about like less than an hour here. So you guys peep the scribbles. I've got a few more plays, like as PJ said. Big slate, a decent looking slate too that we can dive into. I was looking at Con Knippel just preemptively. I don't know if I want to bet him yet, but what stood out to me is I know that everyone's talking about LaMelo and they haven't had the best things to say, and it's a tough defensive matchup today. But he's been balling when he's out there on the court today, or like this year. He had 22 and I think 8 the other day. And then if you look at Knippel's shooting percentages, yes, he averages more points with LaMelo out of the lineup, but that's also because of volume. But his 3-point percentage jumps to 42% with LaMelo, and you can see the connection the two of them have when they're playing. Like, they are both feeding off each other's energy. They are both playing this two-man game that I think we didn't even see from Brandon Miller and LaMelo last year when they played together. So it's been a lot of fun to see. I want everyone to go look at Knippel today. It's a tough matchup. I don't know which way I'm going to approach it yet, but peek the scribbles. They'll be up in an hour.
Let's go. I'm sure Shags is loving life right now. We just talked about two guys that were huge in college, and now they're hooping in the NBA.
Yeah,
and it's been nice to see Knippel also play just as good, if not better, than although Cooper Flag's been better the last couple of weeks, but Con's been good since jump. So,
but I mean, the thing as like Shags gets brought up on our show all the time is how you said it, like the gap between Con and Cooper Flag, like right now, isn't as big as people are really fucking thinking. And I think it's like really, Silk brings it up all the time, right? And I think it's really helped how we bet Con and how we watch this kid play.
Mm-hmm. Before we move past this Knippel play, and then Shags, you can talk about the college realm today. Why is Knippel's point 17.5? Like, what is that? Why is that line there? The Pistons defense is good, but like, it's at 28, 29, and 33 in 3 straight games. Like, what is that?
I think the Pistons play a perfect blend of slow pace offense and really good defense that really limits both like possessions for the opposing team and makes each possession that much tougher. I think that's a little bit why, but I mean, like I said, I'm probably going to dabble.
Yeah, as you should. Okay, huge NBA slate. As V said, you can peep the scribbles later today for all the games that are going down. Jokic and Sengun going head-to-head this afternoon as well. That's going to be a good one. So nice matchups on the NBA. Again, what a day of sports. Shags, take us home. Tuck us in. What's going on in MSG tonight?
Yes, sir. Duke and Texas Tech going head-to-head at Madison Square Garden. The Blue Devils already have a win in this building this season. They took down my own Kansas Jayhawks in the Champions Classic in this building early in November. So, they're familiar with the territory. They've been perfect all season long, 11-0, 4 ranked wins. The last 2 have been a little bit closer than they've wanted to. They beat number 15 Florida by just 1 at home. They took down number 7 Michigan State in East Lansing by 6. That's a very good win because that Spartans team is very, very good. And now they face a Texas Tech team that hasn't really shown up in their big games. Their 3 ranked games this year, they've lost all of them. They lost to the Illini on the road. They were embarrassed by Purdue in the Baja Championship in the Bahamas, and then they lost to Arkansas in Dallas on last Saturday, actually, in what was really felt like a home game for Arkansas. Must be a lot of alum in the DFW area. Regardless, Texas Tech, you're outmanned here. Duke is just that good. JT Toppin and Cameron Boozer going head-to-head is going to be a phenomenal matchup. But we are going to back the under here because we got 2 teams that play slow. Duke is going to control the pace. They are a little bit faster than this Texas Tech team, but both teams very, very rock solid defensively. Texas Tech should know they're outmanned. You're just not as talented as this Duke Blue Devils roster is offensively. What you can do is keep this low scoring, try to keep it a defensive-minded game, and maybe you have a chance to win or even cover the spread. Duke Blue Devils, 9-2 to the under this season. They went over in a game against Army where they scored 114 points, and then they went over in their last game because they let the Lipscomb Bisons hang around for way too long, had to play with some urgency and score 97 points to win that game. Duke, they're 179th in pace. The Red Raiders, they're even slower at 229th. Tech is just 6-5 to the under, but they did stay well under against Purdue, a team that's very comparable to Duke in terms of talent level and style of play. Purdue, a team that is very efficient offensively, but really likes to slow things down. That's what the Duke Blue Devils are going to do today, keeping this one well under the 154.5 that I got. It opened at 150. It's ticked up. Maybe I should be worried about that, but I'm really not. I don't think either team scores 75 here. Duke wins a low-scoring one in Madison Square Garden.
Like SPJ always says, miss your free throws. Miss your free throws.
Miss them today. Miss them today. Please and thank you.
More on that. Exactly. All right, I see you got a few more in the college basketball room. You want to rattle them off, and then we'll cap things off?
Several more. This one is probably actually my favorite bet of the day, as you'll see, because I took their money line as well. Whoop Big Suey. We are back in the Arkansas Razorbacks against the big bad Houston Cougars in New Jersey. Both these teams a long ways from home, but Arkansas's had the benefit of traveling more this year. Houston has struggled outside of their home gym, which I think they're going to today against this Hogs team that is good. This Hogs team is good. They're led by freshmen. We're going to have 2 of the best freshman point guards in the country going head-to-head. Darius Acuff for Arkansas, one of the best freshmen in the country, period. And then you've got Kingston Flemings on Houston's side, who's definitely one of the best freshman point guards, probably a top 10, top 15 freshman overall, but one of the best ball handlers. Those 2 going head-to-head, going to be phenomenal, but you've got 2 very differing tempos. Houston loves to play slow, loves to run their sets, take up the entire shot clock, and get in your face defensively, whereas Arkansas also gets in your face defensively, but they turn that into steals and fast breaks and layups on the other end of the floor. I think Arkansas is just that good. I think they're going to prove to everybody that they should be talked about as one of the top teams in the country. You've got John Calipari, obviously, at the helm of it. And even against this Houston team that is known for defense, I think Arkansas is going to speed this thing up, give them more possessions, but Arkansas has the better offense. They have more options scoring wise. They have better, just more talented, pure scorers on their side too. So I really like Arkansas to win this game, pull this upset. I got them at the +4.5. I got them outright at the +180. They're a top 15 team in terms of free throw rate defense. So Houston not going to spend much time at the free throw line. I like the Razorbacks outright at the Prudential Center in New Jersey this afternoon.
Okay. I feel like this might be what you want to put into the parlay, but we'll get there in a second.
This is the one, easily.
This is it. I was gonna try to maybe find an under, but we can talk about it. Talk about it? Yeah.
If you want an under, Auburn and Purdue going head to head, I got under 155.5, a nice big total that we can take under. Because like I said, this Purdue team, slow. Where are my numbers? 300. Where are they? 324th. They're 324th in pace. That's bottom 40 in the country. All they do is run their sets, take up the entire shot clock. And I haven't really been impressed with Auburn, to be quite honest with you. They don't wow me. And I think this Purdue team defensively is going to really get in their grill and keep this game low scoring. They're going to control the pace. They're not going to give Auburn as many offensive possessions as they're used to put up all those points that Auburn is capable of doing. So I like Purdue to win a very low scoring game. I don't think either team reaches 75 in this one. I think Purdue wins it 70-60. I think we stay well under this 155.5 number. This Tigers team, Auburn, lost to Michigan 102-72. They lost to Arizona 97-68. Purdue comparable in talent to those teams, but not in pace. The reason Michigan and Arizona put up 102 and put up 97 is because they run and are fast. Purdue's going to be just as dominant, but they're not going to be as fast, which is why I see this one staying well under the 155.
Bang.
Okay.
I don't want to put the under in just for shits and gigs though. If your favorite is Arkansas, we're rolling with Arkansas.
You tail one of my bets today. It's Arkansas plus the points. Mm-hmm.
Ping pong. There it is. I'm sure the rest are in your Saturday scribs of college basketball. You can go peep those on Betting News. You guys know the vibes. Shall we cook, boys?
Let's cook.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Okay. I want to do something in one of the college football games. Obviously, we can't do the Miami game because that game starts here in the next 20 minutes. What do you guys, Shags, which do you feel more confident in? I know that you said the unders moved so much that maybe you're not as confident in that specifically, but
what about
Ole Miss? Take Ole Miss minus the points, minus 17, minus 17.5, whatever.
I'm seeing 16.5 right now.
Even better. Get that key number.
Okay. Ole Miss.
Yep.
Ole Miss minus 16.5. Okay. College basketball. You want to roll with Arkansas?
Whoopig suey.
I'm always down to take on some whoopig suey.
After that, we have to.
Yeah, sure. I think it's of all the things the Shags does when like mascots and things like that, I think that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know who. The Aggies minus the 3 is what I got. I paid $120 for it. But I minus 3, minus 3.5. I don't think it's going to matter. I think Texas A&M wins by a touchdown.
Arkansas is also up to 5.5.
Thanks, because our friend here in chat is very opposed to mascots.
Oh yeah, very opposed. The green wave one?
Very much like.
No, not just the green wave one, Shags. Like this guy has a vitriol hatred. For mascots. I've never seen so aggressive talking on a show about his hatred for it. And then obviously the graphics guy put Benny the Bull on our graphic and he immediately hated it.
Smacked.
Smacked. Thank you, Benny. And thank you, Suck. Okay, I'm seeing plus 5.5 now. Get an extra point for Arkansas. Does that worry you?
No, 5.5 is fine. I just think it's too many points, especially because I also think it's going to be a little low scoring game. If Houston does control the tempo, they're going to slow things down. So there's not going to be as many chances for them to score. And I like Arkansas to keep up and win outright. So yeah, 5.5 is even better.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. NFL. Actually, let's do NBA first, and then we'll take us on with of all the NBA we talked about. What do we want to put in here?
What do you guys like?
I mean,
go ahead. I was just going to say, do we want to put Raynaud in here? 22.5 PR?
Raynaud?
Absolutely.
Maxi May?
Give me
Luka.
Give me Max.
Double at 2-1 feels tasty too. All right, Maxi May right now, 22.5 PR. All right, NFL. I want to do the Packers.
Go Pack, go.
Fine.
Should we just take the points or just take the money line?
I said we take the points just because of how I got my heart ripped out by the Rams the other day when I could have taken the plus 1.5. But instead, I took the money line and Shags.
I agree.
Literally 6 legs, all spreads, just an absolutely beautiful plus 2,500. Oh.
It's brutal. All right, we can take the points then.
Let's take the points. Oh, your dad likes the Bears. No, Papa.
No, Dad.
Bears. He's on the Bears.
No.
You waited this whole hour, right until the very end, just for that.
Yeah, you didn't text me about that one earlier today.
Nice. You're about to see him. You can talk to him about it. Plus 1,000, pretty much. Ole Miss minus 16.5 in the college football. Arkansas plus 5.5 in college basketball. Maxime Reynaud over 22.5 points and rebounds. And then the Green Bay Packers plus 1.5 against the Chicago Bears tonight. Plus 1,000. Bing, bong, bang. That's your best espresso 4. Let's make it 6 this week, boys. We can hit 6. Maybe not 6 in a row, but we can hit 6 parlays in a week. That would be a record on the network, by the way. We have had 1 week previously where we hit 5. So 6 would be a record.
We've tied the record, boys. We need one more.
One more for glory. All right, let's do a giveaway, and then let's get out of here in honor of us hitting the parlay yesterday. We are going to give away one of our new beanies, inspired by Shaggy Betts and Danny Burke. Bet more unders, please and thank you.
Do it, people.
Do it. Come and hang out with us on Twitch real quick before we get out of here. Jeff is awesome, dude. I love you, man.
No, so I just sneak them, brother. I just sneak.
He's not
them.
Allergic to the parlays.
I
He just doesn't. He doesn't tell us about them, and then he sends them to us when they smack. He's like in Z.
Yeah, I just send them when they're green. They look prettier that way.
Hey guys, look at the 14-leg parlay that I hit all college basketball.
that nobody ever sees.
Yeah.
It's usual.
All right, here we go. We got the duckies.
Right,
let's pull them.
Let's run the duckies. Look at all those ducks. Love to see it. All right, Shax, take it away.
Bam. Sit hoot.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Nah, you're gonna lose me. Don't worry.
Look at them. Go duckies. Play some music. Feels weird.
Ducks equal mascot. That's where the hatred comes from. That makes sense, Suck. That adds up. That adds up. I get it. I'm not a fan of ducks anymore either.
Here's the moves. Your dad's gonna win randomly because of the Bears. Wow, this is a photo finish.
Easy.
Sean Beasy. All right, close that thing so we don't lose.
Alec.
Well deserved after all the sub bangs yesterday.
Absolutely. No broke boys. You know the vibes. Appreciate you, Alec. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Sean Beasy. Send us a DM. I can't remember who won yesterday, but send us a DM. You didn't get in touch with us, so we can get you your swag piece sent out. We're not going to remind you guys that we're sending you free shit, okay? You have to get in touch with us. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. But feel free to get in touch with us. Sean Beasy, congratulations. We'll give it to you, but I ain't going to track you down to give you the stuff.
You got to at least send us a message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to at least send us a DM, you know. Ooh. This will get sent to Suck, and he'll hate it. Although he might like rubber duckies. I don't know.
One of those positivity rabbits. That's what we need, like the Eagles, right? Positivity duck.
Positivity duck, exactly. Go follow Shaggy on the socials. You guys know the deal. Go follow Vsauce. Follow me. Follow all of us at Your Betting News. Big thanks to our sponsors today at Bet Online. You guys know the vibes. Go check out everything they have for you guys to bet on this massive day of sports. Thanks for watching us on Twitch, on YouTube, RNX, wherever you're consuming your BETSPRESSO. We appreciate you watching the Betting News Network. Boys, anything else before we get out of here?
Fantastic Friday, Saturday, boys.
If you need me,
absolutely. Nice. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Let's hit 6 parlays this week. Catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the now I know we all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about